One regular season done, hear the league's last calling. 6 teams rise while the others fade. Playoffs on deck, legends about to be made. Clint's sitting pretty at number 1. Cash in his pocket, beer runs begun. Sean's number 2, yeah, he tried to fight, but the crown slipped off in the cold late night. Give it up for Josh and Will, they ran so hard. Too little, too late, but they still left scars. And for Jeremy, Jake, Dez, and AM2, there's always next year, yeah, you'll make it through. But last week, man, everything Ben hoped came true. Storm clouds parted, skies turned blue. If you're not hot that Ben made the playoffs tonight, then what are you even doing with your life? 'Cause this was the week everything went right, when the long shots hit and the stars aligned. Playoffs coming, 3 weeks to fight. Turn up the lights, let the fire ignite. Yeah, this was the week everything went right. Hold on tight, it's playoff time tonight. Jeremy beat Adam in a painful game. Low score showdown, both teams to blame. Adam still advanced but showed some fear. Jeremy, man, you were supposed to dominate this year. Well, topple Sean, yeah, he shot the throne, but too late to claim a playoff home. Sean drops to Clint, has to bow his head. We'll whisper softly what could have been instead. 'Cause this was the week everything went right, when the long shots hit and the stars aligned. Playoffs coming, 3 weeks to fight. Turn up the lights, let the fire ignite. Yeah, this was the week everything went right. Hold on tight, it's playoff time tonight. John came swinging, crushed Dez again, but who hasn't crushed Dez? That's been the trend. Still, John looks lethal, cold, precise. Playoff ready, rolling the dice. Jay lit it up, but Clint burned hotter. King of the league, no one's been tougher. Jay's still in, but will he advance? Or is this his one shot, one last chance? 'Cause this was the week everything went right, when the long shots hit and the stars aligned. Playoffs coming, 3 weeks to fight. Turn up the lights, let the fire ignite. Yeah, this was the week everything went right. Hold on tight, it's playoff time tonight. Josh beat Ian, not a shock at all. Ian's been free wins for most this fall. Josh nearly climbed into postseason light, but learn the truth, don't mess with Ben, he's just right. Ben beat Jake like he always does. Fantasy Xbox life just because. Jake will learn someday, maybe after a beer. Your brother Ben is just better, make peace with it here. Everything Ben needed came true last night. Every domino fell, every spark caught fire. Sean didn't finish first, yeah, that felt right. And the whole league's buzzing with electric desire. 'Cause this was the week everything went right, when the underdogs barked and giants took flight. 3 weeks left to crown the night. Blood, sweat, and pride under playoff lights. Yeah, this was the week everything went right. Hopes burning hot in the December night. Clint and Sean, the favorites, still standing tall on the mountain. Iron will, but anybody can fall on any Sunday fight. One wrong step and goodbye to the light. John's a monster, hungry for more, kicking in the bracket like a wrecking door. Ben's got heart, the fire, the drive, dreaming of the trophy that keeps him alive. Adam and Jay, yeah boys, it's time. No backing down on the playoff climb. And hey losers, don't hang your head in shame, there's always something left in this game. The next 3 weeks are gonna be intense. Fists clenched, hearts bent, legends born, champions set. This was the week everything went right, where hope came alive in the fading light. Ben made the playoffs, man, what a sight. And Sean lost league's about to ignite. Ben, this is your year.
Oh man, are you ready? Week 15, and you know what that means, right? Bring on the playoffs. Oh yeah. Welcome to our next video here. We're going to break down the playoffs. Honestly, we're not going to talk about much else. Who cares about last week, who we picked, who we didn't pick? All that matters is who's in the playoffs, right? And yeah, that's going to give us enough content to talk about tonight. So let's look at it. As you can see here, we've got our standings, our rankings. It's time to give some shout outs to, not only those who made the playoffs, but for those that gave a valiant effort and almost made the playoffs. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So let's start here. Congrats, Clint, number one, our king, our leader, our number one team heading into the playoffs. Not only does he claim that number one spot, but of course he gets that extra payout, which I know him and Sean were battling for over the last few weeks, but it falls to Clint. So, Sean, you gave a fantastic effort. I mean, 11-3, so different than last year, where you barely made the playoffs. And then, of course, we all know, went on one hell of an amazing run and ended up winning it all. But you know what? You fell to Clint. You have to bow your head, like the song said, and give it up for Clint for being number one. But you know what? You still end up with one of the bye weeks, which I guarantee was one of the goals throughout the year. So Clint, Sean, they end up with the 2 bye weeks. And then the other 4 teams that make the playoffs, right? We've got John finishing at 9-5, myself at 8-6, and then Adam and Jay at 7-7. And what I think is really funny is we said it early in the year, right? We based it off the last couple of years, and we talked about record. You aim for 8 wins. 8 wins, you're in the playoffs. 7 wins, and you better hope you have a lot of points for. And it's funny because exactly that happened again this year. You look at it, right? Top 4 teams were 8 wins and better. And then we had 4 teams tied at 7-7. 2 of them made the playoffs and 2 of them didn't. It all came down to the points for. And just crazy. It seems like every single year it's the same scenario. So when you're playing out the year, we're in week 2, week 3, you really want to identify that. You want 8 wins to ensure yourself to make the playoffs. And if you're going to only end up with 7 wins, geez, you need to make sure that you can definitely score some points and make it there. So again, let's congratulate our 6 teams made the playoffs. You got Clint at number 1, Sean at number 2. They both had the bye weeks. And then John, myself, Adam, and Jay, who all made the playoffs. Honorable mention, of course, to Josh. Just barely missed it. Right, he needed the stars to align. He needed me to lose and the points to go in his favor. Unfortunately, neither of those two happened. So he was first one out. Him and Will finished 7-7, and one more win would have put you in the playoffs. But unfortunately, he didn't have one more win, so you are out. So those are our losers, if we want to say that, along with Jeremy, Jake, Dez, and Ian there. So let's look at the brackets, because we got 2 brackets to look at, right? We've got our playoff brackets, those that are cool, that made the the cool bracket, the good bracket, the one that actually pays off, the one you want to. And we see here, right, Clint and Sean, they have the bye weeks. They're automatically into week 2. And then our matchups are myself and Adam, and then Jay and John. And we'll talk about that in a minute because, we will still predict or pick the winners for this week. So, but those are really the 2 main matchups that we're watching, right? As we go into the playoffs, because then, the winner of these 2 will get, luckily, they get the chance to play the 2 most dominant teams in the league as of, through the regular season, and being Clint and Sean. But for those of you that did not make the playoffs, remember, we put something in just for you. whatever you want to call it, consolation bracket, losers bracket, lovers bracket, we've called it all. But for those of you that were not good enough to make the playoffs, you still have something to play for. And what is that? That is whoever wins this tournament, right? Between these bottom 6 seeds, still get, they're still fighting for something. They're fighting for draft position for next year. The winner of this will end up with the first pick for next year, which could be a big ordeal because then you get the best of the best that's available. It's not capped. But it's something to shoot for. So at least if you look at this year and you say you're disappointed in how the year turned out, well, finish strong, win this, have the number 1 pick next year, and then maybe you can turn it around. And so here we have 2 bye weeks. Josh, Will, congratulations, you have bye weeks. Just unfortunately, you're in the wrong bracket. But hey, a bye week is a bye week. Then we have Jake versus Dez, and then Ian versus Jeremy, for the right to compete and move on and actually face Josh and Will. Well, we're not going to pick the winners of those two. We typically don't for this losers bracket that's on there. We'll see how that plays out. We've got more important things to focus on, and that's these 2 matchups, right? So it is myself versus Adam and Jay versus John. And we're not going to get into the details. You don't listen to these videos to, look at every single X and O and all of that stuff. You just want to hear who I pick. So let's make it nice and simple. Myself versus Adam, it's really close. I'm actually really glad to finish where I did and play Adam. I mean, a couple of reasons, right? John, who finished as the 3rd seed. I think he is the strongest team out of the 4 of us. But with Adam and I feel like our teams are pretty similar. We've had ups, we've had downs, we've had good weeks, we've had bad weeks. And for the most part, we're expected to be really, really close, which is what I wanted going into this week because, we all know that next week, whoever advances to play either Clint or Sean is already probably going to start the week at like a 30-point disadvantage based on the projections, just because those 2 teams are so strong. So, but if we've got it, we don't pick myself, right? Typically, we wait to the last. So let's do that again. So Jay versus John. With that one, right now already John has a lead, or at least a projection. And again, it's only Wednesday. There's a lot. Who even knows if Jay has a full lineup set? But I am going to go with John. John's had an amazing team. He's had an amazing run. He's the team that I just hope that I did not play in round 1 of the playoffs because I actually think he's going to, show out. And especially round 1, I think he gets an easy win against Jay. So there you go. John wins. Who wins between Adam and I? Of course, I'm going to pick me. It's going to be close. I'm just going to say Christian McCaffrey, the guy who I didn't want to pick back in the draft, months and months ago, is going to end up being the difference and give me the win. So there you go. The 2 most important games. I win. I beat Adam, and John wins. He beats Jay. So there you go. There's the wrap up of what we think is going to happen here as we enter into week 15 and the playoffs. So hopefully you're all excited. Again, you all still have something to play for. Even if you did not make the playoffs, there are still things on the line. You can you'll win, and the more that you win, the better off you are for draft picks, your draft position for next year. So don't give up. Keep setting your lineup and do the best that you can. So, all right. Congrats to those who made the playoffs. As we said, good luck to everybody as we enter the playoffs. And let's bring on week 15.